Okay, ma'am.
एक मिनट प्रतीक्षा.
Ma'am, shall I share my screen?
एक ना मे बी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग या स्टार्ट नहीं हुई. मैं एक बार देख लेती हूँ स्टार्ट हो गई है या नहीं.
Okay, ma'am. Is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Shall I?
Yes, ma'am. Please start कीजिए.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. On the behalf of Career Dream Education, allow me to extend a warm welcome to you. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Pratiksha Valuns, and I'm delighted to be here today to talk to you about the blockchain technology. I would like to give you the brief breakdown of the blockchain technology. So, everyone knows about the blockchain, right? But there are some myths, there are some the key takeaways you should know. The blockchain is a specific type of a database. It differs from a typically database in the way it stores the information. Blockchain stores the data in the blocks that are then chained together. As a new data comes in it, it enters into the fresh block. Once the block is filled with the data, it is chained into the previous block, which makes the data chain together in a chronological order. So, different types of information can be stored on a blockchain, but the most common use so far has been a ledger for the transactions. In a blockchain's case, blockchain is used in a decentralized way so that no single person or a group has a control. Rather, all users collectively retain the control. Decentralized blockchains are immutable, which means that the data entered it is irreversible for a Bitcoin. This means that transactions are permanently recorded, viewable to anyone. Now, the last database achievement this by housing data on a servers that are made of a powerful computers. Now, database structures. It is a data into the table, whereas a blockchain, like its name implies, the structure its data into the chunks or blocks that are chained together. So now the next one is, what is a exactly blockchain? Blockchain seems complex and definitely, but its step is really quite simple. A blockchain is a type of a database. To be able to understand blockchain, it helps to first understand what the database actually is. A database is a collection of information that is stored electronically on the computer system. Information or a data in a databases is a typically structured into the table format to allow for the easier search and the filtering for the specific information. What is the difference between the someone using a spreadsheet to store information rather than a database? So spreadsheets are designed for one person or a small group of people to store and access the limited amount of information. In a contrast, a database designed to house significantly large amount of information that can be accessed, filtered, and manipulated quickly. and easily by the any number of users at once. Large databases achieve this housing data on a servers that are made of a powerful computers. These servers are sometimes be built using the hundreds or thousands of computer in order to have a computational powers and a storage capacity necessary for many users to access the database simultaneously. While a spreadsheet, while a spreadsheet or a database may be accessed the any time, it is often owned by a single person that has complete control over how it works and the data is handled without anyone else. So the next step is abstraction of the storage capacity. One key difference between database and a blockchain is the way data is stored. A blockchain collects the also known as the blocks that holds the information. Blocks have a certain storage capacities, and when a field are changed onto the previous field blocks, forming a chain of data known as a blockchain. All new information that follows that freshly added block is compiled into a newly formed block that will then also be added to the one's field. And a database structure its data into the tables, whereas the blockchain, like its name implies, structure its data into the chunks or the blocks that are chained together. This makes it so that all the blockchains are databases, but not all the databases are the blockchains. The system also inherently makes the irreversible timeline of a data and implemented in a decentralized nature. When a block is filled, it is a set in a stone. This set in a stone and becomes a part of this timeline. Each block in the chain is given given an when it is added to the chain. Now the one is transaction process. What's the transaction process for a blockchain? First, first thing is that a new transaction is entered, and then it goes through the transaction, then it transfers to the any network, peer-to-peer computers scattered across the world. After that, this network of computers then solves the equations to confirm the validity of a transaction. And then once confirmed to be le- legitimate, legitimate transactions, they are clustered different blocks. And these blocks, after that, these blocks are then chained together, creating a long history of all the transactions, which are permanent. And and lastly, the transaction has been completed. So this is the whole process of a transaction of a Bitcoin. So the whole process of transaction of a blockchain. Another way to cryptocurrency. While a blockchain are more used in see transaction history, other things like legal contracts or product inventories can be stored. And we are seeing here that has this is first graph shows that has the intrinsic value as it is a trustworthy, secure, and the fast way to transfer the value to the no cost. And you can see in another one, uh, it has no physical form as it exists only on the immutable blockchain. So the blockchain has not a physical form. So it is just an immutable form. And the third one is the attribute of a cryptocurrency. such as it is a total supply, are decided upon the majority of the members. It's a decentralized network instead of a central bank. So the decentralization for the purpose of designing the blockchain. It is instructive it is instructive to view it in the context how Bitcoin identified the Bitcoin like a data. Bitcoin is a collection of computers which store in blockchain. For Bitcoin, this is blockchain. It's just a specific type of a database which stores every Bitcoin transaction at the moment. In a Bitcoin's case, and unlike the Ethereum, just not the group computers at the unique individual or of individuals. Just imagine that, for example, this has a server consist of 10,000 computers. The database holding all of it client, and this company has a warehouse containing all these computers that are and has a full control of all these computers and all information can be within them. Similarly, Bitcoin consists of a thousand of computers or a group of computers that holds in the blockchain at different geographic locations.